Hey peeps, you know what? I'm coming out swinging today. You know what I'm saying? I'm saying it. Some people are thinking it. I'm gonna say some of it today about waiting. Sometimes we wait for people to make us happy. We wait for things to get done by other people. We wait for the situation to blow over just miraculously sometimes. And sometimes we're waiting for other people to give us value. No more. I'm gonna talk about this today. Someone needs to say it, and I'm gonna say it to you today. I know you were dodging this, but don't you dodge me today. Listen to this podcast and let it encourage you. Let it hit your brain and touch your soul and hit this little heart right here and make you a wonderful person. Because, sometimes we need to shake it off, take ownership, and move forward. So I'm Rick Roberts. Hopefully you enjoyed this podcast. Hopefully it encourages you. And thank you so much for your time. Hey peeps, I'm Rick Roberts, and this is Rick Roberts Life, the podcast where we talk about my faith, my thoughts, my life. And today is Motivation Monday, and my question for you is, what are you waiting for? Now, I know this is a similar theme that I talk about on this podcast, not waiting for somebody else and getting out there and doing what you need to do. The reason why I say this so much is because before I figured out how to be more driven, I used to say, I was waiting on someone else to get there. I was waiting on this to be able to do that next thing. I was waiting on something to get to the next level. And what I finally realized, what finally switched on for me, is that the more that I continued to wait for other people to be able to make that next step, the longer it would take for me to be able to make that next step. And so I ask you this question: what are you waiting for? Are you saying, I'm going to do that when this person finishes that thing, when they get back to me? I'm going to do that when I finally get the time to do it. I'm going to do that when my job situation changes, when my relationship status changes, when my kids go to school. I will do that when I get this education, this certification, when I get this grant. I will do that when. No. Last week we talked about getting in the driver's seat. And this week, I'm asking you, what are you waiting for? Stop this waiting business. No longer you're going to say, I'm waiting for this. I want you to be proactive, and I want you to go and to continue to secure the things you need to be able to move forward, because I know this for a fact, that you could do all the things that you think you need to do, and when you're saying you're waiting on one person or you're waiting on certain things, there's still other things left that could be done to be able to move that thing forward. And so I'm asking you to be real with yourself. Are you waiting on someone else? Are you waiting on something else? Like I said in the past, if you continue to put the power outward instead of keeping it inward, you are giving control away. You are giving away your opportunity to be able to be set free and to move on to the next thing. So stop waiting on someone else, on something else, on that opportunity to come, and make it happen right now. Continue to get the things in place you need to get in place to be able to move when the opportunity comes. Because so many of us, so many people I talk to say, oh, I'm waiting on this. I'm waiting on you. I'm waiting on them. And no more. I don't want to hear this waiting thing anymore, because it only robs you of your progress. Sometimes when we're waiting, when we say that we're waiting, sometimes we secretly are hoping that someone will come in and rescue us from this situation, from this difficulty that we have to go through, and that it will just magically all go away. I remember I used to kind of secretly hope that, someone or something would just come and it would just simply resolve the issue so I wouldn't have to do the work to get out of that problem, to get out of that situation. And you know what? Sometimes it did happen where I just got away with not having to do that. But do you know what? As that happened, it robbed me of the opportunity to grow and mature in that area of my life. And a lot of times, no one came, nothing changed, and I had to step up and do the work anyways, except it was more delayed because I waited, and it made me look bad because I waited so long to do it. And so, what I'm saying to you is that I know that it's one of those things where it's difficult to do. I know it's one of those things where it'd be nice if someone stepped in and took care of this for us, but I don't want you to rely on other people. I don't want you to hope for something else and allow something else to step in and rob you of that opportunity to grow. So let's do the work now. Let's stop making the excuses now. Let's stop hiding now. And let's move to where we need to be. Think about it. Be real with yourself. What are you saying you're waiting for? What are you saying you're waiting on? Is it absolutely necessary? Is it really the only thing that's holding you up from getting anything else done to move forward? Or are you, in a way, hiding behind this thing to be comfortable? Are you hiding behind this excuse so that way you don't have to stretch yourself to grow? I used to do that. Sometimes I would say, oh, I'm waiting on that person. I'm waiting for this to get back to me so that way I could stay comfortable and not have to move to the next level because I'd be pottering around doing something else. And when I realized that in order for me to get to where I need to be in life, I need to be hungry, I need to be driven, I need to be moving, constantly moving. While you're waiting, I want you to continue to be busy getting things in place. So as soon as that opportunity opens up, you can shoot through and get to where you need to be. Because so often do we make this excuse, so often do we hide behind this excuse to be comfortable, and then when it finally comes to us, we then still have to get other things in place to be able to capitalize on this one opportunity. And as we do that, the shelf life of that opportunity is closing, is expiring, it is wasting away. Every single second that it's there, it is slowly dwindling away. And so I say this to you to hopefully light a fire underneath you, to let you see that you do not have to continue to make this excuse of, oh, I'm waiting on that person to stay comfortable. I'm waiting on that person so that way I do not have to move, and that way I can continue to be in this place where I'm at, which is, I've grown to, feel that this is me, this is where my identity is, and I want that next thing, but I don't want that next thing bad enough to let go of where I'm at. And so I'm going to use this excuse that I'm waiting for something else. Sometimes when I would wait for someone else or something else to be able to take control and fix the situation, it just revealed to me that I wasn't taking ownership of the responsibility given to me, because I was looking for someone else to fix it. It wasn't my problem, it was someone else's problem. I was doing it for somebody else, and so it wasn't really my thing, and so it showed me that I wasn't really properly invested in the opportunity, in making that change. I was only there doing someone a favor at the time. And so when I realized that it's my thing, when I realized that I have to take true ownership of it, I then realized that I can't afford the luxury of just waiting around, but I need to be proactive and finding a solution to make sure that I'm driving this thing forward. And so I'm asking you, maybe you're not afraid. Maybe you're not hoping someone else will just do the work for you. Maybe you don't feel properly invested in this project and this new change of life. And so you're kind of half-heartedly doing the work that needs to be done. And you're going to say, oh, well, I'll let that person do that bit. And then when they do their bit, then I'll do my bit. And you're not really switched on. You're not really dedicated to moving it forward. And this is where we have to be real with ourselves. I had to be real with myself. Was I being true to the responsibility? Was I taking ownership? Or was I simply trying to pass it to somebody else or to something else? Okay? And so that's what I want you to do. Truly look at yourself and ask yourself, am I taking ownership, or am I trying to pass the buck? Ooh, I'm sorry, but I have to bring it here. Sometimes we wait for other people to make us happy. Yes, I said it. It had to be said. Sometimes we're waiting on other people to make us happy. We're waiting on someone else to make us whole. And we can't do that, because you know why? We're putting too much pressure on someone else. I keep saying it again and again. We're giving the power out instead of taking the power back when we do this. People cannot make you whole. They can only help enhance who you are. You are a remarkable person, and you need to stop looking for someone else to give you all the right answers, to say all the right things, to make you feel good, because you know what? Here's the truth. They're human beings as well. There's going to be days when they are tired, when they are cranky, when they have low blood sugar, when they just don't feel like being positive. And if you're looking for them to feed into you in those moments, when they are being human, you will be sorely disappointed. And so what I'm saying to you is that you're wonderful. You are remarkable. So love yourself. Appreciate yourself. Appreciate the wonderful person that God has made and who God is trying to make you into. So that way you do not have to depend on another human being to do this for you. Sometimes we just pick anybody. And anybody will treat us any way, and we feel even less of a person because we think that, oh, this is all we can get. No. Don't fall for that trap. You are valuable. You don't need to be with anybody. You need to be with the right person that helps enhance how wonderful you are. Okay? So, as you're waiting, do not wait for someone else to make you happy. Start today to appreciate who you are, what you can do, and the fact that you were made fearfully and wonderfully by God. Okay? Your future is filled with great things, and with you holding on to that excuse, it's only holding you back. So please let go of that excuse. Continue to get everything else ready so that way as soon as it's time to move, you can fly through. Keep your head up and keep moving forward. I'm Rick Roberts, and you stay classy. Bye.